If someone pitched you a synopsis of just watching two people, would you watch it? Probably not. Well, at the end of the day, a movie, TV show boils down to one thing over and over and over again, and that's two people having a conversation. Well, yeah, Sean, what's your point? Just chill, I'm getting there. If it was just that, I know it wouldn't be exciting. But probably one of the most important and overlooked ways to make this exciting in movies is called blocking. Blocking is the precise staging of actors in a performance. As far as cinema, it's the exact placement of the subject in the frame. There are three visual elements that we need to think about when we're blocking. That's space, shapes, and lines. I think about these three elements when I'm on pre-production for a music video, a short film, or whatever it may be. So I thought I would shoot one scene and visually show these three elements in action and how it impacts the shot. So the shot from Citizen Kane is what I'm going off of, and it's where the subjects are inside and outside. The happiness is happening on the outside of the shot, where it's warm and playful, and then the camera tracks backwards, revealing kind of the gloominess and what's going on the inside. And it's dynamic, contrasts each other emotionally between real life, the kid's playful and has no idea, and the people on the inside do. And I love this shot, and I wanted to recreate it for this tutorial specifically to kind of show this in action. So here we go. So here's the scene with nothing in it, just to give you an idea of where we're starting. It's flat and not very impactful. I want the door in the middle thirds of the shot, and it's a frame within a frame, and I'm gonna place my wife,
hi wife,
within that frame with the lines pointing towards her. I want my camera angle down slightly, and you'll see why in a moment. We're gonna set the exposure to the outside so that we can tell what's going on, and then we'll match the exposure on the inside so that it's an even balanced shot. And this is all a part of that blocking. Then we're gonna put our subject in frame. It's warm outside and they're playing, and this shows us happiness. I placed myself to the thirds, and I wanted my wife in the middle because my wife is the most impactful part of the scene, and then you'll see why when I pull up the eviction notice. This is why the camera's angled down. I wanted the paper to be the power element in the scene. I will add in above lighting to bring out the definition of my subject, and I used my Storm Aperture C, add a cool blue to kind of make it dramatic. And then I also had my 60X with the gobo with the window thing put on it so that it looked like it was the sun was shooting from a back window, and I have that right on the eviction notice. And there's a blue orange contrast there on the inside while we also have orange on the outside. Then we're gonna put the camera on a gimbal, and I put it on my slider and set it where I wanted it. We will slowly pull back as a one shot, starting on the subject playing outside. I'm going to walk in with a piece of paper that has an eviction notice on it, sit there for a second, and then walk out to try to tell my wife about it. The color red on my sweater also matches the color red on the notice, and I wanted to give the audience the feeling of here's the problem, the eviction notice, and the person holding the eviction notice. The reason I wanted to go outside and meet my wife afterwards is to show that we are on the same power dynamic level now at the end of the scene. So first, let's talk about space. Mackenzie playing with Riker in the door, light isolated on Sean with the eviction notice panning out. On the second subject is inside with the terrible news. Having subject one all the way back in the shot and second subject on the inside with the terrible news creates this big space in the scene that helps us make the area that is small feel and look bigger. So there are three basic shapes: triangle, circle, square. Anything can be one of those shapes, even an actor's face. I've learned over time we as a viewer have to come to understand these shapes have meanings. Circles feel safer and inclusive. Squares create limited space, kind of boxing people in. Triangles are sharp and can feel aggressive, but sometimes has an apex type of feeling to it. In my example, the shape is boxing. We're boxing out and separating two separate emotions in one scene. Happy in the back with her playing with the dog, and me in the forefront with the eviction letter. And I guess the last one kind of goes with the second one because three shapes create lines. Every shot has some sort of line that affects the viewer's eye and where to go. This is called leading lines. Here in my scene, you can see the sidewalk. It helps lead the eye to the happiness and warmth in the scene, while at the same time it's leading back to sadness. In one third, I have an emotion, and on the opposite side, I have the opposite emotion. The blocking creates visual tension in this scene. When I'm walking out to subject 2, this will merge those leading lines together to let the viewer know these subjects are on the same power dynamic. Now, the hidden element to my scene is the subtext. The whole time there's no physical audio happening, just an underlining understanding of the mood shift that's about to happen. This is subtext. This is what makes blocking so important. Reminder, a good way to plan blocking is with storyboards. Pre-production is king. So next time you're having a conversation in real life, pay attention to how you're sitting, or maybe the person across from you is. Life is more cinematic than you think.